My name is Robin, and welcome to English Grammar Now. Today, we're going to be talking about asking questions and looking especially at question words. We've already seen that in a question, the word order is reversed. We take the helping verb and the subject pronoun and we change places. So for example, when we change the statement into the question, the verb and the pronoun change places, like these. There is a seat for you. Is there a seat for me? She is angry. Why is she angry? Dave has left. When has Dave left? They will come soon. Will they come soon? Julie can swim. Can Julie swim? So we see that no matter which helping verb we are using, we change the order of the helping verb and the pronoun. For questions that do not have a helping verb, we use do in the present tense and did in the past tense. Here's some examples of that. I love the opera. Do you love the opera? We had dinner. When did we have dinner? You watch TV. How often do you watch TV? You can see that as well as changing the order of those words, we often add a question word at the beginning of our question. We're going to take a look at the different question words you can use. Here's a list of some of the most common question words. At the top, who is asking about a person. For example, who is she? What is a very common question word that asks a lot of different questions, mostly about things or actions. For example, what are you doing? What is that? When is asking about the time of something. When did you get home last night? Where is asking about the place of something. For example, where do you come from? Why is asking about the reason. For example, why didn't you come? And the last one, whose. Whose sounds a little like who, but the extra letters on the end change it so that we can ask about possession. This means which person owns something. For example, whose phone is this? The answer will still be a person, but we're asking about the owner of something. Let's look in detail at a few of these question words. First of all, what can be used to ask a question on its own, like we've already seen. Here's another example. What do you want to do tonight? But we can also connect what with different nouns. For example, we could ask, what kind of job do you want? We could ask, what color is your bike? We could ask, what size coffee would you like? Or, what time is the meeting? These phrases, where we have put what together with a noun, help us to ask a more specific question. Here's one for you to try. In each of these questions with what, you can complete the question using the words that are highlighted on the top. The answer is also given for you, which should help you to figure out which words belong in which blanks. Go ahead, give it a try. Here's the answers to those questions. For number 1, what street do you live on? I'm on 17th Street. For number 2, what day is it today? It's the 18th. For number 3, what type of food did you order? I ordered fried noodles. Number 4. What animal is your favorite? I think koalas are cute. And the last one. What flavor of ice cream do you want? I'll have chocolate. You can see that depending on which noun we use, we could ask a very specific question, such as what street, what day, what animal, what flavor. But we use words like type or kind to ask a more general question. We could use that in many different situations. Let's take a look at the word how. As we've already seen, we can use how as a question word on its own, and it will help us to ask questions about the manner of something, which means the way that something was done, or its state. Here's some examples. How are you? How did you get here so fast? We could also add an adjective together with how. This will help us ask about the qualities of something. For example, we could ask, how old is your daughter? Or, how spicy is the soup? That will help you to add a more specific word into your question. We could also ask, how long? Now, there's more than one meaning for this. If we ask, how long, we could be talking about a length you could measure. For example, how long is the carpet? The answer might be 1.2 meters. How long, however, can also be talking about time. For example, how long is the movie? The answer might be 90 minutes. How long can be used to ask about measuring something, but also about how much time. We can also add adverbs to how to ask about how an action is done, in what way it is being done. For example, how quickly can you get here? Or, how well does she play the violin? The answer to that question might be very well or not very well. So we're asking especially about the adverb that we've added. We also often put together how with often. When we ask a how often question, we are asking about the frequency of something, which is saying how many times does it happen? We could ask questions such as, how often do you go to the gym? The answer might be, every Thursday. Another question might be, how often do you brush your teeth? And the answer could be, twice a day. So how often is asking, how many times do you do something? Let's take a look at the word which. Which and what are both used to ask questions about things. However, they are slightly different. When we use which, we are saying that the choices are restricted. It means you can't choose anything. There are only some things you can choose from. For example, if you said, what ice cream do you like? The meaning is you can choose any kind. Anything you know about, you can choose. So we might answer it by saying, I like mint chocolate. But if you ask a slightly different question, like, which ice cream do you want? You might also give the choices. Perhaps there are only two kinds, chocolate or raspberry. Then the person who answers the question must choose one of these two. So the difference between using what and using which is that if we use which, you cannot choose any answer. There are only some answers you can choose from. Here's something else for you to try. Here we have 6 statements, but some of the information is missing. So you can make a question to ask about the missing information. For example, if the statement was, I went to the last night, there is missing information. You could ask a question like, where did you go last night? Because probably the missing information is a place. For each of these 6 statements, see if you can guess what kind of information is missing so that you can write a question about it. Go ahead, give it a try. Here's the questions we could write about each of these statements. For number 1, the part that is missing is probably the size. So we could ask a question, what size do you need? For number 2, the part that is missing seems to be a description of the vacation. So we could ask a question like, how was your vacation? For number 3, the part that is missing is the subject. And because we are using the verb call, probably it's a person. So we could ask the question, who just called you? For number 4, probably the missing information is a time. So we could ask the question, when does class start? For number 5, it seems the missing information is the reason because the word because is just before it. So we could ask the question, why were you late? And the last one, the missing information seems to be a place. So we could ask the question, where has Tina gone? Thanks for studying question words with me today. I hope that now you can make a lot of questions about different kinds of information. I'll see you again soon. Goodbye!